Alright, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Monster, episode 55. Alright.
Tenma has escaped.
Tenma's escaped, and Ava is either in danger or Tenma's at the door.
Right.
But they debated us with some kind of really cliffhanger thing there, so I'm a little bit,
Yeah, especially because the episode before that made it seem like, oh, okay, Ava's now really in trouble, and then it's like, but they sort of like pushed it off to the next episode.
Right. Yeah. So maybe there's something we're not aware of with regards to Roberto. Maybe maybe there's more to this going on than meets the eye. So yeah, without further ado, guys, let's get into this. Money he has left. Dang. Wow. Just to make a phone call. Jeez.
そちらにエヴァ・ハイネマンという女性が宿泊しているはずなんですが。早く。
Oh no, he's gonna run out of money. She won't pick up.
お呼びしましたが、お出にならないようです。
あんたも降りるかね、バーデマンさん。
そんなつもりはありません。しかし、天馬が脱走したのは事実。
ミュンヘンで起きたことを信じているかね。天馬が私に語ったことすべてを信じているのかね。天馬が脱走したというニュースを聞いたとき、私はあの時と同じ印象を受けたよ。また何か起きようとしている。彼を信じてくれ。あんたが父親の無実を信じて弁護士になったように。
The music in the background is so good.
And he walks away as soon as Redmond brings that up.
Yep. Yeah.
中に通したのか。ドイツ連邦捜査局。
Hey!
Hey!
Yes! Yeah! You badass! I was so worried.
Oh boy!
I was so worried.
He's already listening to it. It's like he's already dissected.
あなたの父上が経営されていたラジオ局のテーマ曲だ。
あの部屋だ。
Okay, good. He's still got the gun.
Yep. Oh my god.
お部屋の宿泊客を訪ねてきたんですけど。
あれ、ここはもうチェックアウトしたんじゃないの？
いえ、実は私もこのところ長い。
I love that excuse. I love that
脱走
excuse.
のようなものだったのかもしれませんね。今回の私の長い旅行も、今回の旅のテーマはこの一冊の絵本でした。天馬の件でこちらに伺ったのではありません。何しろ天馬の脱走のニュースを聞いたのはこちらに伺う道すがらですからね。
Is this something tied to his dad?
一体何を？この絵本の作家のことが無性に知りたくなったんです。ポッペと付き合いのある人物が浮かんできたんです。
No way.
ある人物。
No way.
あなたの父上です。
Wow.
No.
Oh
記録
my
によると
god.
66年8、あなたの父上は何度もチェコスロバキアに入国してい
No
ます。
way.
単なる絵本作家との打ち合わせですから、検察も何の指摘もしていない。何が言いたいんですか？いえ、
You've got to be
ですからあな
kidding
たの
me.
父上はこの絵本作家と旧知の間柄ではなかったのかと。だがこの時の打ち合わせはある屋敷で行われています。ある屋敷？赤いバラの屋敷。クラウス・ポッペ名義ではこの屋敷は一度も使われていないんですよ。この屋敷を使っていた時、彼はこう名乗っていたんです。フランツ・ボナパルタ。彼はとても重要なポストの人間だったんです。チェコスロバキア秘密警察のね。
Oh boy. Oh, and now backstory.
裏切り者の息子！卑怯者の息子！
Wow.
親父も汚きゃ息子も汚ねえや！
Whoa.
スパイダーゴー！スパイダーゴー！スパイダーゴー！スパイダーゴー！
フランツ・ボナパルタという人物のことが知りたいだけなんです。
そんな人間は知らん。
赤いバラの屋敷で父上との打ち合わせが行われたということは、彼はクラウス・ポッペとして会ったのではなく、フランツ・ボナパルタとして会っていたということなんです。 チェコスロバキア秘密警察の重要なポストの人間としてね。
そんなのは言いがかりだ。違う違う、父は無実だ。違う。
何か話す気になられたらご連絡ください。
Wow.
何度も言うように、
It's all
あ
memory,
なたの父上がスパイだったかどうかなど。
That is so good.
Uh-huh.
父は、私の父は。
バーデマンさん、奥様からお電話が。
もしもし。そうか、いよいよ退院か。よかった。
Cool.
うん、わかった。今から迎えに行くよ。天馬、車を出せ。落ち着け。私の話を。早く車を出せ。
Holy crap.
早く。
エヴァ・ハイネマンはどこだ。
何の話だ。エヴァ・ハイネマンが一体どうしたと。
とぼけるな。お前たちがやろうとしていることは分かっているんだ。
私たち。
車を止めるな。エヴァの命を狙っているのは分かっているんだ。
エヴァの命。私たちって一体。
とぼけるな。
Stop
お前
saying.
のパートナー、
Yeah.
バウルと名乗るあの男とお前は組んでいる。
バウルが。
彼はミュンヘン大学の図書館で私が撃った男だ。あれから何件も命が奪われた。何人ももうたくさんだ。これ以上犠牲者が出るなんて。車を止めるな。
本当か。
車を出せと言ってるんだ。
本当なのか信じていいのか。私の父はスパイの容疑をかけられてね。後に冤罪が立証されたが、本当はスパイだったんだよ。私は父の無実を信じ、弁護士の道を選んで必死に勉強した。だが学生時代に私は見つけてしまったんだ。私の父がスパイだったという決定的な証拠を。それ以来私は誰も信じなくなったんだ。何が冤罪立証の名弁護士だ。何が放送界の長寿だ。笑わせる。だって私は本当にスパイの息子だったんだから。60年代に父がつけていたあのメモを見つけた時、あれに記されていたこと、父を信じてやってきた私の全てが崩れていった。
Yeah.
父は間違いなくスパイだった。解読不可能な暗号が羅列され、チェコスロバキア秘密警察との度重なる連絡の記録、父が接触した謎の人物たち、フランツ・ボナパルタをはじめ。
赤いバラの屋敷のこともそこに。
なぜ君が知っているんだ。
そうだったな。おそらくそのメモが欲しくて、あのバウルと名乗る男はあなたに近づいたんだ。そのメモは今どこに。
私の自宅に。
No, and his wife's getting released. Oh no.
Oh my god.
君に宛てた手紙だ。
Wow.
君がここへ来ることを奴は予測していたの。
Oh my gosh.
助けてケンゾー、助けてケンゾー。赤いバラの屋敷へ早く来て。彼女の字じゃない。もてあそんでいる。奴は私をもてあそんでいる。
Oh dang. He's pissed now.
古いレコードの山の中、虹の彼方に。
Ah, nice. That's why the song
これ
was
が
a
そのメモだ。
reminder.
持って行ってくれ。
Oh.
で
That was
も
the reminder of his
それが
father
他
being
人
a
の手に渡っ
spy.
たら、あなたのお父さんは。
私にはもう必要ない。
Oh. Song playing in the background. Mm.
今の私は何もしてやれないが、君を信じてもいいか、ドクター・テンマ。
こん 振り回す人間はあまり信じない方がいい。
Oh boy,
Lunge MVP.
Yeah,
Lunge is just a titan. He is an unstoppable, indomitable force.
And
just will not be contained.
And I want him so badly. I know his lone wolf game is very strong.
It's very strong,
but I want him to team up with some of the other players at hand here, because like him and Tenma, like if Lunge just oh cool, no but.
Yep.
Cool. Yep. Okay. Cool. All right. I'll just think about that while I don't sleep. But oh boy, this was wow.
Yeah, Verdeman had kind of been in the story as kind of the schmuck to get played by Roberto.
Right.
And I think that works. I think his emotional arc comes to conclusion here with kind of accepting that his father was.
Yeah, and it's great that they had that be in there as a explanation of why he seemed so off.
Right, is because he was in denial of truth. He was in denial of actually what was real. Like he wasn't willing to accept it, because if he did that, then that meant all the words of the people, of the kids in the past were right.
Right, exactly.
And that's something that
his whole identity would just come apart.
Exactly, and it's great because he needed people to believe in him, because he didn't believe in himself.
Exactly.
Because he didn't believe in his father.
Right.
There's that very natural kind of 1, 2, 3 conclusion there that I think is very relatable, because a lot of people put their value into what other people think of them. So they have to then have a high value of that person. But then if the value of that person collapses, it cycles back to where your value of yourself
to stand on.
Yeah, and your identity and everything collapses as well. So
oh boy,
it's something where you can be someone that's extremely successful and has got like all your, ducks in a row, so to speak. But just because that's the case, if you don't have a firm foundation for your identity, it just takes a BKA inspector coming in here and tapping his fingers on the desk a couple times and asking some questions, and the whole thing comes falling down.
He basically Johanned this guy, and he's not even Johan, and he wasn't even trying to.
No, he's got bigger fish to fry.
Exactly.
He's like, all right, moving on. If you can be of help, if you can be of assistance, fine. But if not, I'm moving on.
And this crazy. One of the things that they do in this so much is they'll have characters get so close to like interacting and then veering away. Like the whole thing of like the Red Rose Mansion. How do you know about that? And everything. And then they just sort of like could have been like, oh yeah, so this BKA person came over.
Seriously.
And then it's like, wait, what? Lunge's here? Huh?
I love how also that little clever bit of writing, him saying the Red Rose Mansion, and he'd be like, how do you know about that? Tenma didn't ask him, how do you know about that? Because he knows about it. But the thing is that he wasn't actually saying anything about his father's notes correlating to the Red Rose Mansion.
Exactly. It's
which is hilariously brilliant, because that's just Lunge's basically bringing it up.
It's just
that's genius.
Because the thing is, Lunge is so badass and so awesome, and just I want him to have closer proximity to Tenma, because that means he'll last longer. But also, they would be pretty much unstoppable.
This was Lunge basically speaking to Tenma indirectly.
Exactly.
It was amazing.
Oh,
it was really good.
Oh,
I gotta say, Lunge has been built up a bit much to be kind of unstoppable badass. The thing is, though, is I feel like he kind of has to survive a lot longer. But if he's now kind of got, all this info here, I think he's going to be on, making his way back to the
on
Red
the
Rose
chopping block.
Yes, but he could be making his way back to the Red Rose Mansion.
Sure. One of the things that I do want to see, though, is because Tenma did not actually kill Roberto. Roberto's still alive, and now Tenma has not actually killed someone yet, even though he, his morality compass is getting confused, right?
Okay.
I want to see Lunge kill Roberto. I want them to have like an actual face-off where it's like it's awesome and it's wonderful, and then Lung beats him and kills him, and then he does some like one-liner or something like that. Yeah, like after he's finished. Because the thing is that because if Roberto kills Lung, that would be like absolutely
the pinnacle of despair.
The pinnacle of despair and disappointment. Johan needs to be the one to kill Lung.
Anti-pinnacle.
Yeah, exactly. Right. It's all very scientific. Yes. But Johan needs to be the one to kill Lung. So that would be awesome if Lung at least got to take out Roberto in a super awesome fashion before, and ideally team up. But yeah.
But
oh boy.
We are in an intense section of monster. And I love Reichwein's thing of basically saying something's about to happen, which is important here to bring up. Enma guessed correctly about the notes being something that Roberto is in.
Yes.
The thing is that this is just another thing that ties to Johan's past, right? Mm-hmm. So is this something about where Johan is wanting to eliminate evidence? Or if this is the version of Johan that's still looking for answers.
Right.
Because I think it's the looking for answers bit, because I think we've moved on from the destroying past Johan completely.
Sure.
Up until the point where he's at least learned what he needs to know. So the question is like, is this basically the revival, if you will, of the Czech secret police, where there's a whole like group of people involved here, or is this just Johan
and
passing
Roberto
info along to Roberto?
Right.
I really think there has to be more than just Roberto and Johan involved here.
I mean, there could be Johan could have pawns, that aren't necessarily the Czech secret police,
But Ava's still missing.
Right.
Ava's still missing, and in some ways, you know what's great about this? I like that I don't know.
Yeah,
I like that. I don't know, because every explanation that they were gonna give was going to slightly peeve me in some way.
Right, exactly. So instead, they're like, let's just not,
Yeah. Which is kind of like the biggest blue balled thing on the cliffhanger that they did last time.
Well, the multiple cliffhangers,
multiple
cliffhangers. That's the thing.
It's that that's
true. There were two cliffhangers about the same thing in back-to-back episodes, and they still haven't resolved it. They just said, and we're going to save that for later. It's like,
yeah, but like, still doesn't hold a candle to Anna.
Oh yeah,
we left Anna a long time ago
in the middle of important stuff, and now it's just like, and Dieter's there too, and it's just like, oh yeah, where are they? Do they exist still?
We'll get back to them.
and that'll probably happen when they go back to Prague and the Red Rose Mansion and all that stuff. But like Lung was able to make the trip back here, this episode, so yeah. Of course, Lung is just awesome. What
Lung really has these nice little gaps of time where he's not there,
exactly.
So he gets to travel during that time.
Yeah, if only Anna also had the powers of quick travel, or at least travel.
Right.
But what they really need to do, if Johan if Tenma and Lung ever teamed up, they need to do have Lung use his super awesome ability. Read the thing, memorize it, compile everything into some master list, and Lung needs to be a writer. And then he needs to write the story of Johan, the criminal no one ever knew existed, and compile everything and be like, this is the story. This is it. Become a smashing success. Sell, millions of copies.
Maybe that's Lung's master plan.
Yep.
Is
I'm a best-selling author.
He actually has been all this time. Like he's typing it in here so that he'll know exactly what to type in for the book, and then he just goes and does it later.
And it could be totally stroking Johan's ego, and he'd be like, yes, everyone knows about me. But at the same time, then everyone knows about you, and you don't like that. So,
right.
Yeah. But oh boy,
dang. Y'all, this is monster. This is monster.
It is indeed
being itself. It's nuts.
And we haven't even seen Johan in how long?
A long time.
Like since the episode with the twisted episode.
So Verdeman's father was acquainted with
Franz Bonaparte,
with potentially Johan's father,
right?
If that's our going theory.
Yeah, I'd say we can just assume that Franz Bonaparte is Johan's father, or at the very least is the father figure for Johan.
Yes,
the equivalent
is essentially the impetus for Johan's existence.
Exactly.
Yes.
So he is the father.
Yes. Yeah. You are the father. The thing that is interesting here is that the father was connected to the Czech secret police and was a spy, right?
Right.
But why did he meet with him regarding the picture book?
I don't know. So that is an excellent question, and we don't know that yet, but I get the feeling that Johan knows why, and that's why he had Roberto go and get him for Tenma's case. Because the thing is, the fact that it ended up being the person who happened to be approached about Tenma's case
is not a coincidence.
That can't be a coincidence.
Nope.
Like yeah.
Basically, Verdeman seemed like the kind of character that was just coincidentally, I'm the best lawyer.
Exactly, and I have this reason as for why I would help Tenma when it is a case that all the other lawyers would turn away, you know.
Right, but now we know it's not that.
And it's like...
Roberto is actually playing a much more delicate game, because I don't think he cares about killing Ava, because he went after the notes, for instance. But even if he went and got Ava... and then he ends up writing some kind of letter to bait him to come to the Red Rose Mansion.
If he had Ava, why not just do that? So has he killed her? Did she get away?
Right.
Like, it seems like they're setting it up that she did actually get away, and that this is basically maybe his ploy to get Tenma to bring the notes to the Red Rose Mansion.
Yes.
Which is, again, why he needs to just... Lung and him need to team up. He gives it to Lung. Lung goes into a box somewhere, you know... and does all that, writes a book, you know, and then Tenma keeps doing this thing, and maybe they have, like, long-range radio. They have a radio station that they tune on, and they're like, tune in live for the adventures of trying to catch an invisible killer, you know.
Oh my gosh.
But...
yeah, so it's a trap for Tenma.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not a foolproof plan. That doesn't feel like Johan.
Right, but it's way too delicate to be Roberto. Maybe
it
could be. He could be that smart.
I think that it's not, again, because I think that he told Tenma about Ava being wanting to kill her, so that he would get out of prison.
Right.
And I think that if they go even at the reveal that the escapee prisoner guy had
been influenced by Johan, and that's why he actually got hit by the car, because he was a bit too close and all that stuff.
No. The reason why he was even in the prison at all,
milk.
That's the reason why Tenma was brought to this prison specifically, so that he could get out. And after he does the thing there, so then he goes and then finds the research notes. In particular, they thrash the place up to make it look like they were actually looking for it. But they didn't find it, of course. Well, that's good. Let's move this because this is in danger. Now that it's in transit, they're going to either just stalk Tenma, because now they're probably just watching this place. There's actually a couple instances where if people were just watching locations, just scoping it out, they would be this would turn into a very interesting kind of chase sort of thing. Lung, all he needs to do is scope out the area for Verdeman.
Sure. Yep.
Because he's like, Verdeman knows something, and he's not going to tell me. But I'm going to make it seem like
he just got picked up by Tenma.
Yep.
Awesome.
Okay, cool. Now I'm trailing them.
Exactly. Then he's like, oh no, okay, they came out. All right, okay, they went to his house. All right, cool.
Yeah, and then someone else is trailing Tenma, and Lung sees them trailing Tenma. Is like, I'm going to trail the people that's trailing Tenma and see if they'll lead me to the people that Tenma's looking for. And then it ends up being this big, like, just dynamic meetup thing of tons of people that were following someone who was following someone,
right. And then there's still the question of, when it's all said and done, will the motivations of everyone be clear enough so that we could go back and give it the 5-year-old test of, is there a much simpler way that it all could have gone down?
Yeah, I don't know. I think generally with Johan's involvement, no, there's never really a way that can be done, because it's about having him
be this mysterious
force. Yes, exactly. Right. With Roberto, that's where I am like, think maybe
because the thing is, there's parts where Roberto seems grossly incompetent, and then things where it's like, oh, is this all Keikaku Dorian? It's like, well, if this is the case, then why do that other thing badly?
Right.
Why attempt to do that or pretend to do that at all?
Yeah, we just don't have the full picture.
Yeah, we
don't. Because it's like we get little bits of data constantly, but they're seemingly ancillary to the overall conflict with regards to Johan. But then we realize that no, it actually snakes its way back to Johan through 3 degrees of separation or even more sometimes. And then it's like, oh, wait. But then why is this information important to Johan? Is it just because it's connected to Johan? Oh,
yeah.
I want another Johan or Anna episode, like pronto, or both.
And ideally more than one.
Well, yes. But, I just feel like the last time we saw Johan, it was huge for us understanding where and what and how and all the why.
Right, but even then, that was something where he was taking care of a pesky little thing that came up on his radar, right? Of flying the ointment, not him actually doing what he was doing.
Correct. But it was still really...
Yeah.
But guys, wow. Monster. So y'all... Thank you so much for watching this reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You get an early access there. You can watch full-length reactions there. And all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us about stories or just whatever. And if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.